Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Silver Lantern Archives. Today, we continue on with the Dominion of the Riftborn. Our parties found themselves in a spot of trouble, and they're trying to work their way out. As for what exactly that trouble is and why they're in trouble, well, I'll leave that to Bella to decide and tell us about.
Yep. We had I'm gonna do this in my voice. We had an interesting time last time. We finally, after some exploration, had made it back over to the tavern and discussed a few things when people noticed a little bit of a red mist outside. Bella at the time was finally sleeping, which was all that she'd wanted to do was cuddle the therapy dog and take a nap. And a few interesting things occurred during this time. Some people got very curious. They realized no one was downstairs. So Ciel and Father Dalton went to look downstairs. Um, Xanth went to left the room and then went to re-look out the window to try and get an idea of what the mist was. So a few things happened kind of simultaneously. Father Dalton opened the door downstairs and was able to make a save to not be kind of possessed in a way by this weird red mist. Xanth opened the window and sadly did not make that save. So Xanth went poof, bye bye. Father Dalton and CL did shut the door downstairs, made it back upstairs to say, hey, that mist is bad. It will try and take your mind over. That was when everyone noticed that Xanth was possibly at risk. So they went to check on her. Xanth was gone, door was shut, window was left open. They woke Bella up, who was in a wonderful mood. And Bella asked Saelwyn and Juni why they didn't do a better job of protecting the people in the party since they don't know what's going on. Um, the conversation was not a pleasant one, didn't go very well. Bella was not a nice person. She was an angry person and ended up kind of running off Saelwyn and Juni. After this, it was discovered that the mist, in fact, had made it inside of the building. And so, with everyone in there, including the very good puppers, blocked the windows, kind of barricaded the door because Varen was on watch and heard someone coming to the door. Luckily, the a save was made to where I was able to get people up against the door in time. We held out for a while. Uh, CL went to just kind of gander outside to see what could be seen with everything going on. And unfortunately, I believe saw some stuff that made them take a very large psychic damage and downed them. So ended up getting CL in the bed. Everyone was able to eventually get a long rest in. The next morning, everything was back to normal, like nothing had happened. The party had food, got ready, and was going to make their way out when some guards showed up, knocked on the door, asked for the doctor, who Bella said wasn't there right now, made their way to the library because I was worried we were all going to get arrested. And it ended up being go to medical. We made it to medical. Only Varen was allowed in. Varen was able to speak with one of the residents who explained that the crime scene we'd walked past happened to be from our compatriot, Xanth, who ended up killing 20 people while they were possessed. We wrapped things up with Baron and Xanth having a conversation. Xanth was in a non-accent voice and was kind of stuck back when they were much younger, thinking they were back in a castle and that they had to protect everyone and themselves from all of the things going on. They spoke a little bit longer. Xanth kind of came back into Xanth's head for a little bit, not realizing why they had a knife in their hand or anything that had happened. And so that was about where we wrapped everything up with most of the party outside and then the doctor and the pirate queen having a conversation. I believe that is what all happened last time. And nothing like eldritch horror stuff happening in the background to make people feel good. So,
Well, we'll return to Varen, as Varen, you're starting to wrap up things with Xanth, who does seem to be heavily unstable. The guards are still outside. What would you like to do?
I don't think I can stay, Xanth, and I doubt they're going to let you go anytime soon.
I mean, if I were them, I wouldn't let me out, but that depends on what they say. I'm not the doctor.
And
I'm going to be quite honest. I'm kind of surprised that they haven't arrested me.
well, for one you want in a fit state of mind, it's at least I suspect it's the same as what we saw earlier.
What do you mean?
The madness induced on the account. What was he?
The Lord.
Count's
The
son.
Lord.
That was a
Yeah.
lot.
Better.
Lord
Mm.
Vale.
I thought it was the Lord's son, like Lord Vale's son.
It was,
They've both
but he
been
was the
referred to as
Lord.
the Lords.
Yeah.
It's probably
Like we
not
saw
their
in the-
official title, but they're what people call them as a
And
title.
the Lord we saw earlier. Vale, I think it was.
But, well, we'll do what you have to do. I'm not going to fight them if they keep me here.
That's
I'm going to
understandable.
attempt. I am going to attempt not to fight them.
And I think when we have a more private setting, we'll have to discuss what you told me when you weren't in a right state of mind.
Xanth was gonna tilt her head. What did I tell you?
Nothing that should be heard by others. There are people
Look.
watching, and this is your privacy.
She'll nod. Very confused.
Try not to attack any of them when they come to help you in any way.
She'll nod. Just kind of curl into a ball.
One last question before I go. You don't have any more weapons on you?
I don't know. DC, do I have any more weapons on me?
Not that you know of. Excuse me.
I'm gonna give myself a pat down. Because I'd bet money that yes, that I do.
You do not find any.
Okay.
You do find some areas that are relatively sore, bruises, and cuts you don't remember getting, though.
Yeah, we'll deal with those later. But I'll just shake my head at Varen. I don't think I have any more weapons.
Well, hope not.
Granted, whatever guards come in to deal with me, they, should be made aware that I have a very rude right hook.
Yeah, and I'm fortunate not to have come across it yet. But you do, the others probably starting to get a bit worried.
Still nod and just kind of curls into herself.
Van will stand up, give Xanth a few pats on the shoulder, and move to the door.
You move over to the wall that was a door at one point, but has sealed. Now it just looks like a
She'll
wall.
knock. She'll knock.
After a couple seconds, you see the outline of the door reappear in the doorway, pull back as you are able to leave.
Keep safe, Xanth. And she'll walk out.
Dr. Varen, you'll be needing these. As the door slides behind you and another resident walks up to you.
Please, it's Dr. Fodium. And what is that?
They hand you a black cloth and a clipboard with papers.
Forms. Can I read the papers at all?
Yeah, there's a lot of it. It'll take you about an hour to fully go through it. But a quick skim, you recognize the paperwork as something akin to handover paperwork, saying a patient is being handed into your care.
She's not staying here.
The best things we found for individuals that are afflicted with this are to be near familiar faces. We keep her here, we're more likely to induce more stress, causing another episode.
Fair. Give me a quick moment just to scan over these. She will spend a quick moment scanning over and make sure there's nothing damning in it.
Nothing that stands out to you.
Of course, this is a character without investigation. I'm just going to do a quick investigation on that just to make sure.
You don't need to roll.
Oh, okay. Then, yeah, signatures were needed then.
They take it, they give you a copy, and then they hand you the cloth. Please make sure this stays
And-
around her arm.
A monitoring spell or a...
A marker for
Beacon.
anyone in the area. Anyone that sees it will know that she's dangerous, and will do their best to avoid.
blessing and a boon then.
Indeed. We don't know when the episodes are triggered, but the less people nearby them, when it happens, at least the less strangers around them, the better.
Okay.
There have been enough
Thank
deaths
you.
today.
I have. Is it possible to see the bodies, or what I'm guessing is left of them?
If you want, but it's not pretty.
I've probably seen less.
What kind of work have you done?
I'd rather not say, as a lot of it is confidential.
Fair enough. We'll show you a brief overview from the overhang. Follow me.
Just faces will do. Just to make sure there's another one I recognize.
That would require them to have faces.
Fair enough. Still needs to be
As
done.
you are led down the hall and up the stairs and through a maze, a labyrinth of hallways, again, you are brought into a viewing room, looking over a large, looks like morgue almost, that is absolutely full of bodies that have been eviscerated. Multiple stab wounds, skin sliced off and destroyed. A lot of it is facial, chest, gut, and groin damage. I don't see a lot of
damn.
damage to the limbs.
God damn.
Other thing you notice is based on the frames and sizes, you think most of them were women, save for two. Two larger men. Their wounds aren't near as bad as anyone else, but it looks like a knife was slammed into the side of their neck and the entirety of the front of their throat was ripped out. All of those veins being severed.
Okay. looking for two faces in particular.
As I said, that
Extra-
requires them to have faces that can be recognized.
General stature will do. You know who I'm looking for.
You do not see anything that looks familiar to him.
Okay,
It would be kind of hard to miss Juni.
would be.
With the amount of damage and the knife, if Juni was among these, there wouldn't be anything left. They would have just been ripped limb from limb. And less likely to be counted by gathered up by the guard whenever this happened.
As grim as it sounds, I don't recognize anyone in there.
There is one thing you do recognize.
Oh,
As you're looking more, one of the men you have met before. It was the merchant that met y'all when y'all first arrived.
Oh no, not the scurvy guy.
I don't know if Farron actually interacted with him or not.
You were around.
I was around. I received a orange, but I did not interact
Yeah.
with that man.
No, but you do recognize what's left of him.
Well,
R.I.P. Scurvy dude.
thanks, Rick. Well, I think that is enough. I see the damage dealt, and yeah,
You'll need to gather up your friend before you leave. Try not to
I
leave
will.
them alone.
no, that is not the plan. If I can, I'll stick by them as much as I can.
There's a nod, and you are escorted back to the room in which Xanth was.
If you would open the door for me.
It is already opened as you approach.
Xanth,
Vern, what are you doing back already?
you're free to come with. They say they want us to stick to you like glue instead of being kept here.
She'll nod. All right. Do they give you my gear? Or does, where is my gear?
Baron had it.
Guessing we were. Oh, okay. But you are also required to wear this black cloth. It's a marker.
Noted.
I got an ankle monitor, and you're marked as a dangerous individual.
Yeah. Varen, what languages do you speak again?
I'm just gonna post it.
Okay, so yeah. Specifically, you'll catch a little bit of the. Oh, wait a minute. 1 second. Am I a liar and a fat mouth? Primordial. It's not loading. There. No, okay. You will hear in just whispered in primordial the basic, just the not that it'll help, but she puts it on. She doesn't fight.
It is a
She
simple
will.
band that wraps around the arm.
Mhm. I assume that my necklace is not on my neck.
It is with your gear.
Okay. I'm going to put the necklace on, and then I assume my rings also. The other, well, the other ring is as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It is indeed.
I will grab both.
But a lot of y'all are escorted out of the medical. Rejoining the party, waiting outside.
Just to remind me, does the rest of the party know that Xanth did
No.
some kind of horrible crime? We just assumed that she was taken to,
Correct.
she might have been hurt or something.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good
I
to know.
say as soon as they come out, Bella's just going to charge up and pick Xanth up in a big old bear hug. Just hold her very aggressively tightly.
Xanth is very stiff.
Bella does
She-
not care.
Xanth is very. She is in keep control mode.
Fine. Bella's
Cornelius,
hugs aren't your big emotional cry hugs. It's more like the I'm glad you're not dead hug. It doesn't feel like getting a hug from like a loved one or anything like that. It's more
Yeah.
like a when you fight a war with someone type of thing and they're happy you're not dead type of hug is what you're getting. But it is a big, you are now up to her height. Imagine that your head's like at her shoulder and your arms are probably squeezed around in it. And she's just going to
How tall is
hug
Bella?
Xanth and turn about 7 feet tall.
Okay, so you've got about a foot on me, I think is what it is. I'm pretty sure I'm like 6 foot.
She's gonna also turn and walk you back to the group, trying to make sure to angle you not to see the crime scene off to the side, just because we don't know what happened, but don't like. I think Bella's assumption would maybe be somehow that you got away from the crime scene, right? Like not hurt from it, but there's evidently been people getting murdered, and she's probably worried that you were attacked or, like hurt somehow. So doesn't want you to see the thing. So try to angle to where Xanth isn't staring at it, and just walk her back over to the group, sit her down.
Cornelius will go up to Varen, looking over at Xanth as he does. Does he see any visible injuries or anything wrong with Xanth?
Oh yeah.
So I'll
Oh.
I'll ask Varen. All right, how I'm sorry, I went into a different character. How bad are the injuries? What happened? Where did she go? Do we have any information about where she went?
She's standing, she's alive, and that is patient confidentiality. If you want to ask her, you can.
I look over at Xanth, who's currently being bear hugged by the large Bella. Bella. I shall wait until that interaction is done.
I don't know if this is all happening when is Bella close enough to still hear them talking, or
I imagine y'all are
are
right
we
next to
far
them.
away? Okay,
Right
Bella's going to
right next to
glare
the
at
medical
Cornelius.
ward.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Bella's just going to glare at Cornelius and do like a quick like no head shake. Just look at Xanth and be like, right, if you want to talk, we're all here to talk. If you don't want to talk, you don't have to talk. Is there anything we can do for you? You look not good.
Let's go back to the tavern.
Right, we can do that. We have to go down in the tunnels before it gets dark. We don't have that much time to get down there because we're worried that's going to happen again tonight. We brought the whole group, including the dog. She's
What
here
do you
with
mean?
us if you need.
What happened?
Uh, let's go find somewhere there's not as many people around, maybe just like a little corner something, and we can give you a quick rundown of everything where it's not everyone's listening to us.
Something is pushed
Xanth,
into your hand, Xanth.
I look down.
It is a thing of cotton candy.
Who just handed me cotton candy?
The boofer.
You know. Yeah.
How
you
did the
know who did it.
boofer get cotton candy?
How is
This
the
is the
dog
dog that
handling?
This is the dog that literally pulled out like barbecue sauce and freaking mustard or something when we talked about murdering and eating either Cornelius or Father Dalton. This dog she is talented. Don't doubt her.
There.
She's got talent.
It was Father Dalton.
Xanth is gonna pat the boofer on the head, give scritches.
Their tail keeps hitting Cornelius in the knee.
I don't even comment on it.
Is there like a kind of area, maybe like a little less surrounded by things that we could get to, specifically walking not right past the crime scene that we walked past on the way to medical to not lead Xanth there? Like, are we able to just go kind of up the street some and maybe find a little
It takes you a
like
little bit.
quieter
Yeah,
place?
you're able to find one.
Okay. I guess when we all get there, Ella would just kind of be like, all right. Well, I was sleeping for part of it. So if I miss anything, everybody please weigh in. But from what I understand, after we all went to settle in for the night, some type of red mist appeared. Um, the father and CL went downstairs to investigate. You all stayed upstairs. They opened the door downstairs, almost got hurt. You opened a window and something took you somehow. The mist stuff took you and you disappeared. We all stayed except for Saelwyn and Juni. Saelwyn and I didn't see eye to eye on some things and they left. So assuming that they also got caught up in all of this. And we don't know what you did really while you were out here, but it sounds like some people were hurt. You look pretty hurt. So the assumption is that it hurts people when it gets in there. And we're pretty
Yeah,
sure it comes back at
Xanth is
night.
actually Xanth is actually going to hearing that Juni and Saelwyn were out. Xanth is going to whip around to Varen and go, by the gods, Varen, please tell me they weren't among the bodies.
I don't know for sure, but I didn't recognize any features pertaining to those two.
Xanth is gonna rub her face. Of course you wouldn't. They were really able to. Were they able to identify any of them?
Very, very few of them. But they look to be natives, no one we recognize, except for one person we may have interacted with.
Xanth is just gonna say, we're in an alley, yes?
Yeah.
Xanth is just going to kind of lean back against like the wall of the alley and just like slowly just we're going on butt, head in hands.
Um, Bella's so confused now. She's gonna like look at Baron and look at Xanth and be like, right, you didn't really know any of them. Most everybody disappeared when it happened. They were all gone. Um, I mean, I know the stuff out there is bad, but I mean, you're alive, right?
Of
We
course
don't
I'm
have any
alive.
friends here.
Of course I'm alive, Bella. None of these people know how to fucking fight. I absolutely slaughtered them.
I'm sorry, what?
Xanth does not elaborate. She
I look
is
over at
currently
Varen.
shaking.
She wasn't in a fit state of mind to be deciding her own actions.
Bella's gonna sit down next to Xanth, slide on her butt as well. Just sit down next to her.
Sounds to me like this mist inside a state of madness. Violent madness.
Makes a bit more sense why the guard said what they said to me then, I suppose.
What does the guard say to you, Bella?
Right. The guard said that if it were me who had been out there, that probably a lot more people would have died. But they didn't elaborate on anything, so I didn't know what they meant by that. Um, so I'm just gonna ask, and I don't need you to elaborate. Do you remember doing it? Did you do it by choice, or do you not know that you did what you did?
Do I remember it? No,
Out of
but I never
curiosity,
do.
what is the last thing you remember?
Walking into the tavern.
So you lost a good. We had a meal, so a good half hour of memory.
Oh, I mean, speaking that basically when Varen was talking to me, was quite literally in the middle of opening the tavern door and then was suddenly in a medical ward. I think it's quite more than half an hour.
I ain't gonna
She
fight that, but
lost the night. All of it. It wasn't until shortly after I went in there that she came to.
well, since that's the case, honestly, I don't. There's no reason to blame yourself then.
Ye-
Vance
Right,
shakes
maybe.
her head. No, I fucking know better. I should have had more control.
Um, but I don't think that's how it works. Father Dalton explained that something like tried to take over his mind. And Ciel just like looked out the window and basically almost died on the spot, just from seeing whatever was out there. So I don't know anything about magic or any of this weird stuff, but I don't think that it was something you could just say um, no to. It sounds like it was something that maybe, and I don't like saying it this way because it seems pretty messed up, but I think it just maybe took away your ability to control things and it kind of made you do stuff. That's not right. That's not what's supposed to happen. I think that it just made you do things. So that's, I'm not saying that you didn't do some terrible stuff, but I don't think that you can look in the mirror and say, I did this because you didn't make the decision to do it.
Just, are we positive it was actually you who did it? There were creatures out there. They tried to break into the room after you left.
I'm gonna look at Varen. Varen, you saw the bodies?
I saw the bodies and the blood on you.
How
And
many of them had
footage.
how many of them had faces?
None.
I looked directly at Bella. I know for or wait a minute, was it Cornelius or Bella that asked if
Cornelius.
we were sure it was me? I looked directly at Cornelius. I am absolutely positive it was me.
Hmm.
And she's looking you dead in the eye. There is no question. They don't have faces. It was her.
Very well. You know yourself better than I probably do. But I still say you most likely had no choice in the matter.
Did I want to do it? No. That's what happens when I lose control.
But if you were responsible for the death of how many people, Varen?
Xanth, do you want the details?
You already told me the number, Varen.
20.
20 people. By Ares, these hairy bollocks. Then I'm not saying I'm against it because it's good that you're back with the party, but how could they just release you into the general population? It just kind of doesn't make sense.
They're confident the madness is more settled by people that know the individual more than strangers or being confined in a cage.
Hmm.
Right.
They have
So, uncomfortable question. Does this happen to you then? You lose control, as you said, and you just go around doing that? That's a normal thing to happen to you?
Normal. No, it hasn't happened. You see Xanth start to. It looks like she's doing mental math. The last
While
time
you're
it happened
thinking
was
on
a
that,
good 30 years ago.
so then are we thinking that this scary red mist that like made everybody disappear and forget things except for you and some others didn't affect you? You just kind of lost your ability to control whatever it is that makes you not do that, and that's why you did it? Or do you think it was the mist decided to make you do it? Is what I guess what I'm asking.
Xanth shrugs. I wouldn't know. I mean, was I pissed off before I disappeared?
No,
Normally
you
what
went to
triggers it.
go. No, you went to go try and. From what they said, you went to go try and figure. You told everyone that you would be right back, but you weren't mad when you went to go, right? Everyone was trying to figure out what was going on because this red mist came up. I was asleep. I'm just going off of what I was told. This red mist came up. People tried to figure out what it was because it looked like the rift stuff we've been dealing with. And Varen found that you had opened a window. And Father Dalton had said when he had opened the door that whatever it was, like tried to get in his mind and take over, like tried to take over his brain. And that's all we really know about it is what the father experienced. And then you had opened a window and then disappeared. So I think we'd all kind of thought that the red mist had either taken you and disappeared you, but from what you're saying, if it tried to take over the father's mind, maybe it somehow did take over yours and not, and he just somehow was able to stop it and you weren't, and it took over your brain because he said it felt like it was trying to take his brain over and stuff. So that's why I was thinking that maybe it made you do it and not you got mad and did it. Was she mad when she went to the room? Upset with anyone?
Not that I could tell.
Doctor?
I
Did she
don't.
seem mad?
In the cell? A bit.
No, when at the tavern when
Oh,
she
no.
left the room we were in. All right.
No,
So you
you
weren't
weren't
angry when you
angry.
went there?
You went to, not to contradict you, Bella, but it was Father Dalton that opened the window and then Xanth went in.
No,
Was it? I thought Dalton
No.
opened
Dalton
the
went to
window,
the
then
front
you
door
went in.
downstairs.
Okay,
Yeah.
who opened that
And
window
then
then? I
Yeah.
didn't
CL
think it was you.
closed. No, Xanth opened their own
No.
window.
Oh,
CL went to
Yeah.
look,
I.
closed
my
Xanth's
mistake.
door.
I thought someone else
Oh,
opened the
I'm
window
sorry.
and you
I thought it was
checked it.
Varen who. Okay. I apologize. I
No.
sorry, Ciel. I thought it was Varen who closed the door for some reason, but my bad.
Either way, but either way, Xanth just kind of shrugs and goes, maybe it'll whatever it is just broke through my mental defenses. Triggered an episode.
not surprising. Whatever was in that mist also almost completely broke Ciel's mind.
It's
Yeah, it messed him up
strong
bad.
stuff, and it doesn't categorize into any of the schools of magic.
It wasn't
But
celestial, it wasn't demonic, it wasn't anything like that.
No, something
That's
else.
terrifying.
one thing to remember, Xanth, is the god did mention that it, if it was me, right, it could have been me too. I don't have anything that I control to not do that. Um, there's nothing that like I have to. You said keep control to whatever it is. I don't have that, so I would like to believe, and maybe I'm wrong. And if I'm wrong, well, I've been wrong a lot. Um, I would like to believe that whatever it was just kind of got in your brain and made you do horrible things, that you didn't actively choose to do that. Um,
I mean, I know I didn't actively choose to do it. That part I know. I wouldn't. I am a
Alright,
lot of things, but I don't enjoy torturing people like that.
it takes a certain type to get joy out of doing that to people. It's doesn't seem like your type, that you take joy out of that.
Varen, you mentioned we knew one of them, or had passing interaction with them. Who was it?
The man that sold oranges.
Oh, the scurvy man. Oh, oh, that's too bad.
Still have that orange if you want it.
You still have it. What would you say?
I still have one of the oranges if you want it.
No, I say we find out where they bury him later and plant it there.
Xanth, we have to go under the city. Are you? What is it that we need to do? Do we need to have you go back to the tavern and keep you there? Are you wanting to push on and try and if you can find out what is doing this with us? We figured when we left, we had somewhere around 13, maybe 14 hours max before it came back. We're a few hours in, so the most we have is about, we think, 12 hours before we have to be back in the tavern and barricade ourselves in and sleep in shifts if we haven't figured it out. I don't want to force you to do anything. It is your decision what you want to do.
I'll go with you lot. You're realistically
It's
the only ones that are going to be able to put my ass down if it triggers another episode.
right. If it does, I'll hold you down and someone will tie you up. Something like that, right?
Knock me out. Don't tie me up. Knock me out.
Yes, she's surprisingly
Xanth,
good at getting out nuts.
Xanth will look at you, Cornelius, and she'll put up a hand, and you'll watch as will quite literally like dislocate her fingers and then relocate them.
So that's how you did it. Interesting and horrifying at the same time.
Right. Okay, if you start doing that, then I will punch you and knock you out.
Xanth will give a nod.
All right. I have one other question, and Bella is going to look at the dog and say, "We're going to have to go down into the tunnels down below, which will probably be pretty scary. Do you want to come with us? Do you want to go back to the tavern and maybe take the father with you, and you guys could maybe prepare for tonight, or do you want to come with us and see what we can do together?"
You see the dog trots off.
Well, that's your answer right
Um,
there.
Okay, just gonna assume that the dog and Father Dalton are gonna go to the tavern then. I guess.
So what would y'all like to do?
Is dog and Father Dalton going to the tavern then? The
Father
theory.
Dalton's still here.
Are we close to the sewer grate thing that CL found? Not too
Ways
far,
off,
right?
but
Since
not too
it's up by
far.
medical.
Won't take too long to get over there.
Is Xanth back in Xanth's armor?
No.
Xanth, probably need to get your stuff on because we're worried it's going to be a fight down there a bit. We don't know what's down there, but we don't think it's good. Do you want to get your stuff on? Do you want some help? Stuff on, we all go.
Yeah, I should probably put that back on.
All right.
Um, He looks at Varen because
Help
Varen
me.
has all of her stuff.
We'll find a
Minus,
spot.
well, all my stuff minus the necklaces.
We'll find a spot and I'll help you with it.
Aren't we in an enclosed alleyway right now or something?
I mean, it's an alleyway. It's not really enclosed.
Does it have openings on both sides?
Yeah.
Well, Cornelius will take up a spot by one of the entrances to the alley, keeping his back to the rest of the group. I'll keep watch over here. Do what you need to do.
Xanth just shrugs its armor.
It's armor's on.
Yeah.
I assumed you were going to change out of the bloody clothes.
I think they did already.
I was gonna say,
last
there's
time.
no way that they let me out of that hospital in bloody clothes.
Correct.
Uh,
That was the thing
okay.
Varen handled.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. Sorry, I made an assumption. In that case, rewind. I just, you know what? I offer to help.
Honestly, Xanth is not gonna stop you right now.
What do you wear?
Chainmail.
Yeah, I'll help
So,
you slide that chainmail on. I know how much of a bitch it is to get on.
mhm. And she's quite literally like putting on like her bracers and all of that just robotically.
It's at that point you'll see the dog come back. They now have goggles and a little hat that has a torch on top of it.
Cornelius is going to look at this, take a deep breath. That is possibly the most adorable thing I have ever seen a dog do in my entire life.
They also have a snorkel around their neck. There's
Although,
no
what's
way
the
they
point?
can use it, but they have a snorkel.
Oh wait, we're going into a sewer. Oh god, I really hope they don't need that in the sewer.
Especially since they won't be able to use it because, it's built for human mouths, not dog mouths.
It'll be fine.
Bella's gonna go give her a good little rub down and stuff and just be like, I'm so proud of you. You're just so prepared. It's what I like to see.
They give you a happy boof and face kisses.
We appreciate that.
What's CL up to during all of this?
CL is thinking about how to find Saelwyn and Juni.
Fair.
Was going to consider going back to the inn and asking around, seeing if anybody saw them, but I don't know if you guys want to do that before we go into the sewers or not at all. I don't know, but I was thinking it might be important for us to find them.
Well, 1 second.
You do know if they left at night, it's unlikely anybody saw them. They would have been, if anyone saw them, it would be the next day, and who knows where they are.
Xanth is gonna look at the group and just go, or actually, not the group. She is specifically going to look at um at Varen. Varen, did they say anything about using magic?
No. Didn't say anything about it.
Xanth's gonna cast Sending and ask Saelwyn if where her and Juni are at.
It fails.
In what way?
Something is blocking it.
So not dead, not on a different plane of existence, but like something physically stopped the spell.
Correct. So you've no idea on the other two, but something is actively interrupting the magic from hitting its target.
Xanth's gonna look confused. Something blocked my spell.
What spell?
Sending. I was just gonna ask Juni and Saelwyn where they were at, but something blocked the spell.
Then we have to assume they were taken.
Or they have wards on that prevent people from casting something on them. Have you ever tried doing it before?
I'm pretty sure that I've cast Sending in their direction before.
I don't think so.
I don't know. I know I've cast it before.
I don't think it's ever actually worked before, though.
Because mostly you'll
Well-
have used CL's ability.
Oh yeah, but I think I specifically tried it on Abby, but she's on a different plane of existence. I know I did that.
And that would have been before coming into the rift.
Yep.
Well, those two know a lot more about this whole rift nonsense than we do. So I find it hard to believe that they would be in too much danger, or in a sense, in danger that they can't handle themselves.
You're haunted by something Saelwyn said. Anything can happen in the rifts.
Dan's gonna start putting her armor on fast.
So as soon as it is, we're going to look for it as quick as possible.
Hey. Also, Varen, another thing. We're in we're in somewhat privacy right now as she's putting on her armor. What did I say while I was in whatever? Said I said something funny.
Nothing funny as in hilarity. That's what you're asking. But you gave me a name, not the one you're using currently.
Dan's gonna freeze while putting on her armor. What name did I give you?
Lysania Siliran.
And that's where Raven gets their history check.
Advantage, because no
Yep. Yep.
Oh, bullshit.
Please
Means
tell me you have an
nothing.
MVP.
No,
Please
no
tell
one's
me-
giving me one.
I'm going to ask, since there is some small amount of history, if I'm able to reroll at this point again or not.
Sure.
Yeah. You're a lot calmer.
Yeah. I do have inspiration for it. So fuck it. That looks a lot nicer.
Yes,
Yes.
it does.
So Xanth looks at you, and you look at her, and it clicks. Oh shit.
Oh shit. That. Not here. Not appropriate. Not the time. We'll have tea sometime after this is done.
That's gonna require, that conversation will require a very large amount of whiskey. Would Bella recognize the noble name?
I don't think so with Bella's history.
Bella has a long history with nobles. I just don't know if she has that history with nobles, if that makes sense.
Not with that group.
You know what? I feel like the name will stick to Cornelius, but something's there, but you can't quite figure it out. So I'll roll. I think I could probably roll history again because I'll
No.
remember that name.
No.
No,
That's
later. I
not
mean
how
later.
that works.
No, oh,
You might be able to roll it another time, but not right now.
that's what I'm saying.
No,
Yeah,
that's realizing that Varen remembers, it's more of so of like, let's see if I can remember this, roll it, tomorrow.
yeah. It's just gonna be kicking around in my head, me trying to remember.
This is basically a game, because put it this way, above table, there is no way Cornelius doesn't know that name. That being said, it's just, let's see how long it takes for him to remember.
It has been a very long time.
Mm-hmm. Gonna hit him at like 2:00 in the morning one day. He's just gonna
Get up in the middle of the night, just absolute upright. Is like, shit, that's what it is.
I'll just look over and say, like, wait, what the fuck?
That being said, Varen, you rolled a 19. So you're also gonna pinpoint the fee. I would say that's gonna mean that you're gonna recognize the name that I asked for, and you're gonna know when we went missing, and you're gonna know he was already pronounced dead. So you will now realize just exactly how far she regressed during that conversation.
Definitely tea. Probably whiskey. No, definitely whiskey. But not here.
He is just muttering under his breath. Where have I heard that name before?
Xanth is, as Cornelius is mumbling to himself, Xanth is gonna think for a moment and is gonna do literally the only thing that she can think of to distract this motherfucker, because she doesn't want Cornelius to realize. Cornelius, you're gonna feel something in your hand.
I look down.
There's a ring in your hand, a very well-known ring.
What?
It is just
You're-
suddenly on your finger.
You're just giving back my signet?
Xanth doesn't say shit.
Anyways,
She
we
is still
have
putting on her.
retainers to find. Let's get
Xanth
this
is
done.
putting on her
Get
armor.
moving. Yep, Baron is helping. And I think Conwood was helping as well, but
Yes. Although I have been slightly distracted now because I finally have my family signet ring back. The impetus of my disownment, the reason I was sent to be a paladin of Ares,
Cornelius,
sent
you
to be my
see the ring has been rather damaged and blood is caked in the engraving.
I'm not gonna say it, but I'm pretty sure Xanth used this to punch a person's face in at some
Not
point.
that kind of damage.
Oh.
It looks like a blade was taken to the ring.
Does it look like they were trying to pry out the gems?
No. And signet rings don't generally have gems in them.
Or I'm sorry, not pry the gems. Ruin the engraving.
It's definitely damaged.
Well, it has been like 3 years where they didn't take care of it.
I mean, I'm slightly worried because it's been around my neck for the last 3 years.
I will. In that case, I'll ask. What was it like this? Like recently? Why is it? Why is it so damaged? And why does it look like someone took a knife to this?
You
Xanth
have
just looks at
no
you
idea.
confused.
What'd you say, Cece?
Xanth has no idea.
Yeah. So Xanth is just looking confused.
I mean, it is a
And like,
symbol of Aries, and
No,
it's
my
kind of meant. Well, you did
my
say
family
out
does.
loud it was a thing of Aries, so
No. My signet. The signet is a symbol of my family, like my noble family. They didn't worship Ares like that. The paladin they sent me to train under did because he was the
oh,
most
okay.
brutal of trainers.
Okay. Sorry, misinterpreted.
Yeah, never figured out what god they would. You know what? They probably worship Demeter or something, goddess of harvests.
The angriest of goddesses.
She is.
But you know,
oh,
corn,
yeah.
corn.
Once we start moving, um, once we start moving, Xanth's gonna like is basically is staying more towards the back, not in a frontline position. Um, but I'm gonna try and without like I'm trying to do so where people don't notice that I'm doing it, but I would like to look at my own ring and see if it is also similarly damaged.
I'm just going to make you aware. Varen is sticking right beside you.
You already fucking know, so
Yeah. Just letting you know.
it's too late now for it. It's too late now for you. There's no
Both
hiding it.
were heavily damaged.
Make that sound foreboding.
Both were heavily damaged.
Could have.
Were they heavily damaged before this
Nope.
whole
Not
debacle
that
happened?
anybody noticed. Granted, nobody's really looked at it recently, so.
I mean, Xanth did when I put them on my neck.
Yeah,
Yeah, when they found them.
it hasn't been.
Yeah.
Well, you don't think they were damaged during that. But
Yeah. So and I especially know, yeah, no, because I would have made you doubly sure that it was mine. So them being damaged like that is concerning. But Xanth is gonna fade into the background. I'm obviously still with the party, but he is going to be quiet and is just playing follower.
Fair.
I guess CL is going to lead the party towards the manhole.
alrighty, so you're going that path instead of going to look for Saelwyn in them.
I mean, from what I could tell, probably the same path. If we can't communicate with them,
Well,
I
I
do know
mean,
about it. So.
the tavern is in a very different direction than the sewer.
oh no, what I meant was, I think I now think that they are probably being held, or whatever is happening in the sewers has something to do with their disappearance.
Or,
Alrighty.
or they already headed over there. They knew about what was going on. They knew about it, so they might have already gone down there to check it out.
And they knew that we were going to go there as well. But I don't think they went there willingly without us. Like, I just have a feeling something that they were taken. So, and it seems like that's the only lead we have is to go down there. So let's go down there.
Would you like to do anything before heading down into the sewers, finding that grate?
CL is good to go. I don't know about the rest.
Baron, Bella, Cornwood.
I got
I
nothing.
can't think of anything I don't want to do that's pertinent right now. I mean, later on, I'm going to try to find a jeweler to get this things fixed. But aside from that, I got nothing else to do.
Gotcha.
Unless there's a, yeah, no, I don't think so. I think we have everything with us.
Then it takes a bit. Oop. Go ahead.
Actually, do we have covered light sources?
No.
We're going to a sewer. Might be prudent to go find a guy that sells us some covered light sources, like covered lanterns or something. You know, torches, sewers, methane.
Some
Not
people
fun.
might have made a
You
bag
know-
out of it, but I don't know if anybody did or not.
You could also just get a rock and cover it with a shirt, and someone could put a light spell on that rock.
I mean, if you're just gonna put a light spell, you just put it on the rock.
Well, I mean, if he wants something covered.
Oh wait, no, I have a moon touch longsword. Forget everything I was saying. Completely forgot about that. Haven't done any combat in a minute.
I guess we could, on the way there, pick up some rations just to resupply.
How many rations would you like to recover?
I don't know, 10?
That would be 5 gold,
Oh, I don't have 5 gold.
as they are 5 silver
Bella
per
has
day
it.
5 silver?
Bella has.
for a single ration. Yes.
Okay, I'll just grab 4 then. That's okay. I don't want to spend that much on rations.
So that'd be
Bella.
2 gold.
Okay, I could do that.
But they'll feed you completely for a day.
Maybe we should get some
Okay.
galoshes.
Oh shoot, I already had
Bella would
5
be-
rations.
Yeah, we all should have rations.
Okay, yeah, I already have some, but I'll go ahead and buy more. That's fine. Got 7.
But as y'all are going through the market, you see people see Xanth and immediately pull away. Nobody's staying within 20 feet of y'all. You can see people whispering, hands covering the mouth as they're watching Xanth go by. And in turn, y'all.
Yeah.
Who would be walking alongside Cornelius right now? I'm assuming Cornelius would be at the front. I know Varian and Xanth are in the back. So I guess Bella would probably be either in the middle or up front with Cornelius.
I think we're following CL, right?
Yeah,
So
CL will be up
somewhere.
front.
Yeah, wherever. She's just there. Yeah, she'll be with Cornelius if they're taking up the back.
Well, seems that that cloth is quite effective. Because Varian did mention what the cloth's purpose was, right? Right.
I don't think so.
Well, Xanth got an explanation. I don't know. No, the rest of the party did not.
Oh, then in that case, I could have sworn something was mentioned about it, but is it just me, or do people seem to be avoiding us extra today?
You're also getting very dirty looks.
I think it's because they're seeing your ankle monitor.
I look down. Can I even see the ankle monitor?
No.
I isn't this thing invisible? I can't see it.
I don't know. It might just be your personal aura.
Well, that's very rude.
Somebody managed to smell the stick stuck up his ass.
You know what? I refute that. Having a stick up my ass would mean I'm very rule oriented and you know you
No, it
can't do
just
this
means
because
you're a
the blah,
prick.
blah, blah, blah. Oh, okay. I can't refute that.
Sometimes it's the law stick, sometimes it's just stick.
I just find it odd. We didn't have any issues yesterday the other day.
Maybe word got around.
Oh, you know what they say. Word travels fast in small areas. Although looking around, how big is this city anyway, CC? I forget.
It's big, as far as you've been able to tell. But you haven't gone very far.
Well, this is a very
You've
big
gone
city
from the
for.
merchant to the interior, which took about an hour, so it's a decently sized thing.
Are we even in a similar place as to where we normally are like where we normally hang out?
I mean, you're back in the market district near the tavern.
Okay, that maybe that makes sense. As a player, I know what's going on, but as a character, hmm.
So
I need to improve my reputation around here. Then
I'm beginning to think my idea of this city is messed up. I thought that we went a different way from medical, that we went further away from the tavern to get to the tunnel, the
You didn't go
sewer
to the
grate,
tunnel. You
that it
went to
was
get
closer than.
the food, the rations, which would be back in the market district,
Oh, okay.
and then you're gonna head back to the thing.
Sorry, I didn't mean to like divert the travel. I thought there would be something on the way.
Mm-hmm.
No, you're fine. I was just I thought I was confused on the city layout. It's not, it's totally fine. I
Y'all
was
aren't
trying to
all the
figure out
way
if
back
my
in,
mental map was
but
wrong.
y'all are on the edge
Mm.
of the market district. So y'all are still maybe half an hour out from
Makes
the
sense.
tavern.
Oh, totally fine. Like I said, I thought that maybe I was confused on how the city was laid out was all, so just thought I'd check, but awesome.
well, well, now that we have our rations, we should start heading over to the area we need to go to. Hopefully, we don't have to
Is there
be in this.
anything,
Oh, go ahead.
is there anything anybody else needs before we go? Do we have any healing stuff on us or anything like that? Are we gonna be okay there? I'm assuming the doctor can do some, maybe, if we need it. I don't know what we're gonna find.
I can heal.
All right, I cannot, but I can hit things.
I, I'm pretty sure we're good, unless someone has enough gold to buy healing potions. Extra never hurt anyone. In fact, they did quite the
I only,
opposite.
yeah, I only have I gave you half of what I had, because we didn't have any when we started. So when I sold the scimitars for the 60, and I gave you the 30 at the tavern, so I guess I have about 35 left on me, and I don't think that's enough to buy much.
Cece, how much is the healing potion at standard cost?
Standard is 50 gold.
We
Yep.
have enough gold for one potion.
I don't know. I think we should try and risk it because I think we're gonna need the money. I hate to say it, but they might be famous last words, but that's kind of what I'm thinking.
Okay.
Bella, what would we need the money that's more important than healing?
If
Better
we
healing?
spend all of our money on healing potions, what happens afterwards if we need food or things like that, if we don't have any money left over? I between myself and Baron, we have just enough for like a potion. So I don't have any more, and I don't think we have anything else to sell, is what I'm kind of going for here.
No, I agree with you. I just thought we were going to have some leftover money. Um, I have 2 gold left, and between you two, I think there's 60 gold.
Do note, as a non-adventurer, non-wartime area, there is a chance potions are more expensive as they are rarely made.
Ah,
the
Okay.
demand with them would be far lower. Y'all haven't looked into it, but that is a thing you would know.
Healer's kit might be more prevalent.
Yep.
I have plenty of that. I've got 20 uses of healer kit. We're not running out of that.
Okay, I think then we are good to go.
All right.
Then
To the sewers.
it takes a while to find the right place again before you find that alley in which Lord Vale went into and see that same sewer grate still closed and unmoved.
There it is.
Oh, good.
Go ahead,
Cornelius will,
Cornelius.
will head over to it and attempt to lift it.
It's decently heavy. It takes both hands and a little bit of assistance from Bella to fully get it up.
Excuse
I
me.
bet if you do a little bit more like physical work with your arms and a bit less of your noble bullshit, you'd be able to get this on your own. She says it with
You-
just like a little bit of a smile.
I'm pretty sure we're the same. We got the same amount of strength.
I don't know, maybe not.
Maybe
Actually,
you
I
should
don't know what your strength.
arm wrestle later.
17.
Bella's strength is 20.
Oh, you probably use the ability API thing.
Either way, everybody but Cornelius has their hair stand on the back of their necks.
Don't like that.
As you look
Well,
around,
good.
there's a young girl at the other side of the alley watching you.
Bella's gonna wave at her.
You see she goes to wave back before a woman comes running into view, grabs her, looks at the party with these wide, frightened eyes, and then runs away.
All right. Everybody ready?
Yeah.
Is there a ladder like that leads down into the sewer, or you would just
Yep.
gotta like hop in?
Metal
Cornelius
rungs worked into the wall.
Cornelius will take out his sword to light the way forward and start heading down.
You not see in the dark?
Of course, I can't see in the dark. I'm human.
I mean, do you think you should be going first if you can't see where you're going?
That's what this is for. And I kind of wave my sword around.
How much does that let you see in the dark? Like how far can you see with that?
How far is the
Buddy
the
bright
from-
light, 20 dim light, if I remember correctly.
How? One more time.
I think it's 2020.
About 40 feet out.
Do note, you can't physically see in dim light. It's more like dark shapes moving around.
It's a 15-foot radius of bright light and a dim
15,
light for
15.
additional 15.
So 30 feet.
Yeah.
So you
That's
can
radius.
see well in 15 feet then?
Yep. And then he
So
has
15
disadvantage
feet.
on anything in dim light.
Right. So I don't, can everybody else see in the dark okay?
You see the
See
dog
just
presses the head torch on their head to the wall and strikes it against the wall like a match, and now there's a flame on top of it.
Dogs don't have dark vision.
No.
Oh. Or do
It's a
cats,
dog.
technically.
All right. Bella's gonna say, I just thought about this, and she's gonna kind of grab the dog and say, I'm gonna take you down because I don't know if you're able to climb a ladder, right? I don't know if you work that way.
They're already down. Yeah, I imagine everybody's
Okay.
down the stairs by this point. The dog rode on your back.
Oh, I thought it was A ladder. Okay, I was just, I thought it was, I didn't know we'd all gone down. Sorry, I thought it was just Cornelius so far.
I imagine
all right.
everybody went down to have this conversation.
Okay. Okay. CL, do you? Well, I don't know how much advantage we're going to have with stealthiness if we have a glowing torch with us. So, I guess we just all go together then.
I mean, I can scout ahead a little bit, maybe like 20, 30 feet. I don't know how stealthily we can move as a group.
Father Dalton isn't with us right now, right?
He is.
Xanth there.
They're just off screen, but they're there.
Okay. Then I will ask CL. How's your that communication ability feeling right now? Might be a good idea to connect at least some of us here.
I'm already connected to Varen, Bella, and you.
Oh yeah, I forgot we did that last time. All right, never mind then. Forgot I said that.
No worries. I'm just not using it as much because the signal is weak. But yeah, that means I could go out a little bit further ahead, but not too far, you know.
I mean, worked for me. Just don't take any unnecessary chances.
Okay. CC, I'll start to stealth and then move maybe 40, 50 feet. Oh, wait, I should ask first. How many directions does it go? Is it just one way or
7. There are 7 different tunnels for you to take.
7? Okay.
Also, the tunnels are very, very large now that you're down in them. The top of the tunnel may be reaching about 20 feet up. And it is a wide circle.
Do any of them have the feeling of the like would wow, I can speak. Would anyone who maybe uses magic or something like that be able to sense or feel the crap that we've been
Recognition?
feeling that they can't put a place on? Like, yeah, that like the rift stuff, or could any of us recognize it since we're kind of all touched by it, like a feeling of it?
Not right
I
now.
don't know how to
No.
describe that.
No more than anywhere else in here, in the city.
Just to test it real quick. Yeah.
Baron, there are runes marked into the wall in magic on every surface in a language you can't read. And it's shifting.
Well, that's interesting.
What?
Runes mark the walls up and down the corridors. I don't understand that they're moving. What are they giving off?
They're magic symbols. It's all kinds of different enchantments. Ancient ones that are moving.
Huh.
Do
Magical sewers.
any of them look like the one type of stuff we saw in that cultist place, castle thing? Like when we were
Aren't we there?
down by
No.
the room that they did the rituals and stuff in. They had those weird runes that none of us knew about.
Does it?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, we seem to have a glut of choices here.
There is one
Wait.
other thing. Can I get an Arcana check from Varen?
Okay, I'm going to use a hero point for that.
24.
There is a problem, Baron, with what you can understand from the way the magic's moving. You are pretty sure the sewers are changing. Wandering in them blindly is like wandering in a maze with your hands tied behind your back, blindfolded.
It is a labyrinth.
There is enchantment
Oh.
magic laced along the walls that will likely begin to disorient you and make even Cornelius unable to keep track of where y'all are in a mental map.
Right, then I guess we just go back to the tavern and hope that we find Judy and Saelwyn and that they can figure it out, because I don't know how else to go through it. I mean, we can either go through and hope for the best, or, I mean, it doesn't seem like they really know what's going on, nor are they that willing to help on a lot of things, so I don't know what our best option forward is. We could try and get the Lord Vale guy who's insane to help us. I don't really know.
Well, they could be down here already.
We could spend some time searching. Just make sure we tie ourselves together so we don't get separated.
The tunnels seem to be shifting as well. Like, do they
No.
move around?
They
And
look solid to you.
just for a to me, I don't like how you said that, but does it look like the just so I have a mental picture? It's
I'll
not
just
just like a
send you an image. Hang on.
okay, that works for me.
Backdrops, artwork. There you go. You just don't have as much light.
Oh no, I was just thinking like if the several other tunnels, like the ladder we came down off, does it split like a sunrise kind of thing, or is it like a full circle?
Circle.
Okay, so there's no. Let's start from the right and work our way through. Is there like a central pavilion type thing, a little central area, or like where I could where we can turn around and see all the tunnels?
No, you can just see they branch left to right and forward, and there are multiple tunnels coming off of those tunnels.
Okay, so there's 3 tunnels initially, and then there's other branching tunnels inside those tunnels that we
Yeah.
can see.
There are 3 different
Okay.
tunnels that you can enter. You're not in a round room. You're standing in a tunnel.
Okay.
I could clarify the fear that Bella has above table. If we're down here and the things are shifting, she's not so much worried about us getting separated as we can stay close together. She's more worried that we're just going to get lost down here. I don't know how to get back out.
But really, there's really nothing to do on the surface.
Let me check something.
You know, I mean,
Well, on the surface, we could go try and force our way to see the Lord. Or wait. I don't feel like waiting, though.
waiting is not an option. And I feel like if night falls again and that same thing happens again, it could be very dangerous.
Can I know where Bucephalus is at all time? Like, do I know where he is at all time?
I don't think
And
so.
how to get? Yeah, it's just yeah. I can only communicate with them telepathically while I'm within 1 mile of them, though. So that could be handy. So if I leave Bucephalus here, we can at least have a marker of where the thing is.
You won't know which way he is. You'll just know if he's within a mile of you.
But these are tunnels, so maybe he could like whinny and it'll echo, and we can follow the echoes. I don't know. I'm struggling here.
Right, Ciel, you always look like you want to go look for things. I don't think you should go very far because I don't want you to get lost. So if you want to scout ahead, I think we should all just stay together and just go whatever direction you feel looks like a good way to head. We just go, and if we have anything to mark a wall with, maybe we can carve a little symbol in it as we take turns, and hopefully just kind of maybe leave a marker for where we've been. And besides that, I don't really know how else we're going to mark anything. I don't think that's going to really give us the right way to go, but it might at least let us know if we've already crossed something. That makes sense, but I think we just pick a place, start walking. And when we turn a corner, we make a little mark maybe with a knife or something. and just hope that I don't think it's going to map it, but it might let us know, oh, we've already been this way. It shifted or we got turned around or something.
At the mention of marking the walls with a knife or something, Cornelius will go over to a nearby wall, which CC, you've mentioned is enchanted, and slash at it with his sword, with his Moon Touch sword.
You're just gonna try to stab it?
No, I just kind of slash at it to see if it does anything. Because Moon Touch blades are basically lightsabers without the
No.
the coolness of a lightsaber, right? It's not actually
No.
metal, right?
I mean, yes,
No?
it is metal.
Oh,
It
I
is
thought they were- I
metal that
thought they
has
were
been
metal.
enchanted with moonlight, so it glows like the Sting from Lord of the Rings.
You're thinking of the Sunblade.
Yeah, the Sunblade
yeah.
weapon you want. And they're just as useless against any other wall as any other weapon. They're
Well, I'm
not
not trying
good
to
at breaking
damage. I'm
down.
trying to crack.
You wouldn't be able to crack any more than any other weapon. They're not made for that. A hammer would be able to, but it'd be just as good as another hammer. They just generally are more durable.
Oh, so they're more durable. They are more durable.
It's a magic item. They are hard to break.
Okay,
Would
so
a
I'm
dagger be able to just like put a little like scratch a little X into it? That's
Yeah.
more what Bella was thinking, was like just like use a dagger or something just to put like a little marking in the wall, that like an easy X or something that we might be able, or some symbol everyone would recognize that's easy to do, that we could all just, if we see it, we'd be like, oh, hey, we've already actually been here.
Like an arrow.
Yeah, just something that we would
Mm.
recognize.
I'm just
Um,
seeing if the walls can be scratched, or
Yeah.
they'll like immediately repair themselves or something like that.
Yes, they can be
Right.
scratched. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah.
Sam.
Then I would like to scratch the walls as we go.
Which is scratching.
Or I mean, just a little X.
Okay.
Just a little X on the at eye level.
Gotcha.
Are there any other scratches on the wall currently, CL? Like, do you see anything else, just to make sure we don't, for some reason, scratch something that maybe someone else has had this idea? Just paranoia.
If I see someone else's scratches, I'm going to scratch my X through their scratch.
All right.
No,
Established
I'm just kidding.
dominance. I like it. No, I like it. Established dominance.
I
Let
am
them
the
know
marker now.
that you are the person. Yeah. You are the captain now, right? Okay. Well, whichever way anybody wants to go, let's just do it. I don't know how long we
Um,
have, and I don't know what'll happen when it gets dark.
Even if the tunnels are shifting, I have a strategy of always going left so that on the way back, I can always go right, follow the right wall, and get back to where I started. Now, if we do that, maybe even if we don't find our way back to this place, we will at least kind of figure out how they're shifting. Maybe. I'm not sure. But if we just follow the left wall, it's a good strategy, I think.
Do note that works with normal walls. If the walls are actively moving and new tunnels are opening up, you're going to run into problems. And enchantment magic will still be able to mess you up. So it's not as fail-safe as it is in our world. But it's still a pretty good method.
I say let the
It
fates decide.
sounds better than anything. I was going to say, it sounds better than anything else we've got. I'm happy with always going left, and if we turn around, always going right. I mean, if it makes you comfortable, I personally think that's a wonderful idea.
It is a proven strategy.
Then I will scout ahead about 50, 60 feet. I'll stealth first, of course.
Okay. Do note at
I will
60 feet,
return-
you're going to start losing your allies.
I want to stay within visual range. So
Yeah, your
I have
entire range is 60 feet.
okay, I'll stay with like 50
Yeah.
ahead.
So if you stay 30 to 40, you'll definitely be able to keep safely. Because remember, you have. I want to say dark vision. Is it just full, or do you dim?
I have 60 feet.
Yeah,
I
I'm
have
just
60.
trying to remember with dark vision.
Oh, I don't know which brand.
I think it's just you see it as. What race are you?
Hold on, put it in the chat. I am an Air Genasi.
Okay, so you see dim light if you were in bright light, and in darkness like you are now, as if it was dim light. So do note, even though you have dark vision down here, you're going to be seeing it as dim light, so you will have disadvantage. You'll see you're not going to really see all that well, but you're going to see shapes. Where somebody like Cornelius ain't going to see shit. At least if you're away from the light of Cornelius and the dog with the torch on his head.
Okay.
Because
If
you'll-
30 to 40 feet is optimal, then that's what I'll do because I definitely don't want to lose sight of my comrades.
30 feet's about as
So-
far as you want to go to make sure you don't lose them. In case something weird happens, you'll be able to see anything coming
Okay.
up on them.
Yeah, I do kind of, I worry a little bit that 30 feet is not far enough to really, but it's okay. It's okay. I mean, if we make noise, we make noise. Whatever.
30 feet's usually enough.
Okay, I'll go
And
ahead.
if you see
Can I go
anything,
ahead
you
and
can
roll?
tell them to stop, and they'll be able to see you to tell them to stop. You can go further there.
Okay, yeah, and I could tell them telepathically because that's within a mile. Can I go ahead and roll stealth?
Yes.
Okay.
And
I'll
I
go ahead.
heard Akak.
No, it was. I was just going to ask a question of CL, but no, it was explained.
Okay.
You were talking about the rest of your plan. I got it.
Alrighty, so y'all begin to make your way through, marking from time to time, taking left and left and left and left and left and left turns. Never coming across an area you've seen before, never seeing any new marks. 2 long hours of silence pass. The only sounds are your hearts beating in your chest and the footfalls of those around you. It's all very quiet. Is there anything y'all would like to do after the first 2 hours of moseying around in the sewers?
Probably periodically while we're moseying, check on Xanth and the dog and just kind of Bella just check over the party to make sure no one's looking like fatigued or I know Xanth is not looking great. So, but you know what I mean? I know that, but more like, is anyone fatigued or is the dog doing okay? Like, do we need to take a break and like rest for 15, that type of stuff? Kind of keep
They
an eye
seem
out
to be
for that.
doing fine. The dog keeps having to strike their torch on the wall from time to time.
That's all right.
About the third
Bella would
time
have
the
told the
dog
dog, and
does.
if there's yeah, Bella would have like by about the third time been like, "All right, why don't I just maybe give you a ride for a few minutes and you just rest your legs? You're still recovering. I can do that for just a bit, yeah."
No, the dog
See
seems
if the
fine. They're
dog's
not
willing.
tired. It's just
Mhm.
the torch on their head goes out, so they have to strike it on the wall to relight it.
I was about to
If
say
the
the
dog
third
wants
time
to
the
keep,
dog does that, Varen's just going to use the light spell on it.
That's what I say.
Because the torch doesn't last all that long. And they're very happy when the light goes up. And then they're going to jump on Bella's back. Their bottom's a little wet. Y'all have been walking through a sewer for a while.
That's kind of what I was thinking. That was part of my fears. The dog is tiny and Xanth is tired. That was kind of the worry. We're probably not in the cleanest, nicest place. So, but yeah,
No.
Bella would give the dog a ride for a while just to give them a break so they don't have to keep slushing through things. And I think it's Varen's shorter, maybe as well. So that's why I was saying just kind of check on people and make sure they're not getting too kind of worn out from stuff. That's all.
But Ciel, can I get a perception check from you?
Sure. Oh, damn! I didn't use a hero point. Oh, can I use
MVP?
inspiration?
Yep. To reroll with advantage.
Okay. So roll with advantage.
Yes. Reroll with advantage.
Awesome. I don't know what the. I don't see anything.
You're walking along. Bella's talking to the dog and Baron behind. So you miss a noise until it's really close. Clunk, 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 clunk. As you hear the sound of wood hitting stone coming right at you. It's not coming fast, but it's a steady boom, boom, boom.
I let the 3 people in my psychic thing. I let them know something's down here.
Any idea what it is?
No, but we should stay quiet. I'll try to quietly make my way back towards the group.
You see, it's coming from the tunnel right in front of you. So you lucked out in the fact that you hadn't passed in front of it yet, but you can hear it moving towards y'all from inside that tunnel.
I'm just gonna try to stealth back over to the group and wait for it to go by, I guess.
Problem is you're in a fork, so that tunnel meets the tunnel you're in, and you can go left or right.
Oh, are we all together already?
Yeah, you managed to back off towards it, towards the party.
Okay.
Pretty easy.
You guys tell me what to do.
Bella would like to very quietly sit the dog down and just kind of whisper to the dog, "You stay here, right?" And glance at Cornelius and kind of whisper, "Right? You're not that quiet, but I think we need to try and get a closer look at what it is, because I think we're gonna run into it. Like we can't figure out which tunnel it's coming from, or can we?"
Oh no, it was the one CL was right next to him. He knows exactly which one it is.
Right, and then CL,
Does it?
go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say, does it sound like it's getting closer?
Oh yeah, it's coming right at you. You see the
I
dog
mean-
is trying to put the magical light out on its head, just like go up, go up, go up, go up, go up.
I mean, we have the moon touch thing.
Yeah, Varen would break the spell if that we're trying to hide. So
Cornelius will like sheathe his sword.
And y'all are
Hey, let's-
plunged into the dark.
Bella wants to just kind of move in front of the folks from the direction that it's coming to be ready, if that makes sense, since the dog and Cornelius can't see in darkness, and Varen's probably not designed to take a hit, nor Father Dalton, and Xanth isn't exactly probably in the frame of mind to be a frontline person.
Right?
So Bella just kind of wants to move up like as quietly as she can, just a little bit in front of people, to hopefully be as ready as possible.
And shall watch with bated breath, not moving a muscle to try to keep your armor from giving you away. You see ahead of you, a ways away now, a blue light start to shine out of the tunnel that this creature seems to be moving in. And it's relatively dim, but it seems to be brightening a little bit as it gets closer and closer. It isn't long before you see whatever has the light enters the very tunnel in which you are in. It's maybe 60 feet or about 70 feet down the way. And you can see this dark figure, seems to be mostly humanoid, carrying some kind of tall staff with what looks like a strange lantern with a blue flame burning in it. It doesn't really light up the area all that well, but you see the figure look around for a moment before turning to the right away from y'all and start moving along that tunnel. You can see they are moving their staff, which is the sound of the wood against stone. Clunk, clunk, clunk.
How far away was it when it turned?
70 feet.
I think we should try and get closer and follow them because they might know where they're going.
I agree.
Do note for that, I will need a stealth check, even from Mr. Armor Pants.
Bella wants to, yeah, she wants to at least try. She's connected to CL, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Bella does want to try and see if she can get up towards it to
get an idea of things and maybe ask the others to trail even further behind. Like Ciel could go too, but I'm thinking if people are worried about being loud, she'd like to try and scoot ahead. Swishy swish.
Yeah, I will follow behind, maybe 10, 20 feet behind.
Okay. Cornelius, will you be moving? Or you be remaining in the dark? Because you can only see the light, that blue light way ahead of you, so you're going to be moving at disadvantage. Actually, you just have
I-
minuses, because you already have disadvantage. Because you know, armor.
Yeah. I will follow behind. You know, I don't feel like being left alone in the dark with the dog.
And
So
very
you have
will
Xanth
guide you.
and yeah, have others with you. Bella's trying to get like a ways ahead of them, though, not like an instant, but you know, and she was trying to go pretty quickly, like when she saw it turn, just so you're aware, because she wants to try and see where they're going. So she probably would have gone.
Yeah, I get that. It's just what if Cornelius is heard, they're gonna look your way.
That's fine.
Fair.
I was just, yeah, I just wanted to not change what I was doing. I don't, if Cornelius goes, it's totally fine. I just want to let you know that as soon as it turned, she would have gone after quick. So
Are you
You know
still
what?
moving or running?
and go as fast as she can in stealth to see where they're
Okay, so
at,
half
if
of
that makes sense. Like I know I can't run up on them, but I do want to get like to try and as quickly as possible type of thing.
Gotcha.
So
Cornelius, you're
I mean,
saying?
they're walking. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But you know what? Since I'm one of the people here who have that connection with CL in my mind, we're still at the entrance, right, where the ladder is.
No, it's been 2 hours.
Oh.
Yeah, we followed the left wall for 2 hours.
All right. I will. But I will still stay behind. With Xanth, the dog, and Lady and Father Dalton
And Dr. William.
and Doctor Fro. Oh, you're staying too.
Yep, someone has to stay with the blind bastard.
I
You know what?
also
That's my
don't think
wrestling
Xanth
name.
can see in the dark. They might be able to, but I don't remember.
Xanth
And
is
the
an elf.
Yes.
So probably.
Everybody but Cornelius can see in the dark,
And the dog.
and then every humanoid can see in the dark except for Cornelius.
Get better genes, chump.
My pedigree is quite high.
But so Bella
Not-
and CL are going to be moving up on their own.
yeah.
Alrighty, can I get
Yes.
a second stealth check from CL and one from Bella?
I'm gonna use a hero point on mine out of paranoia.
There.
Um,
I did not use that hero point, so I guess I'm not using it, but I will still take the 22. But I guess I forgot.
You
oh
using a
shoot,
hero
I'm
point?
sorry about that. No. I just didn't realize
So
I had
17.
advantage.
Okay.
Okay.
So the two of you quickly start to move up, trying to catch this slow moving light thanks to y'all's ability to see in the dark. It's not long before you get close enough where you should be able to see. However, that blue light is messing with your dark vision. You're having trouble getting a good look at them. They still seem to be that strange, shadowy figure for the most part, as unlike the lights of the other lights you've had when you were down here, this one seems to be distorting things a little bit. But you see it is slowly making its way down the tunnel. It's not moving fast, maybe 15 feet per turn.
Bella's going to think to herself if they've gone a ways now, or think to CL, can you tell the others to start making their way towards us so we don't all get too far apart? But I want to keep trying to follow. Try
How
and ask
far
them to
away
have
are
the
you?
others move. I don't know how far we went, right? If we went after the person, I'm assuming
You'd be
Bella
able
was
to
a bit
catch
in
up
front.
quick. So that's why I'm asking, how far out from the shadowy figure are you staying?
How far does the light seem to stretch?
About 30 feet.
Bella wants to be at least like probably 15 feet outside of the light, even though it's messing with her. She doesn't want to get in the range of the light, if that makes sense.
Gotcha.
CL will definitely let the others know that we are on the move, and I'll make my way back towards them so I can lead them to where we are quickly.
Gotcha.
Say, Bella, just I'll be right back. I'm gonna get the others. Don't lose that
Um,
guy.
She'll say, okay, she's going to keep following him.
Just going to say you don't need to come get us. You just tell us what the mind speak.
Hmm.
Oh yeah. I'll let you guys know how to get to us.
I mean, you're literally down the hall. They can see your shadows.
Oh, I thought we had
Outlined.
moved a ways.
No, yeah, you're down.
Oh
You
yeah, I
went
for some
right down
reason
the
thought
tunnel.
we were out.
They're down. You're all in the same tunnel. They came into the tunnel you're in and went right. Y'all are off to the left. So y'all went after the figure who's still moving down to the right. So Cornelius and them can still see the light ahead of you, and y'all are outlined in the blue light. So they can see you just fine.
Okay. I thought I had to go back. Okay. Yeah, then I'll stay with Bella, or right behind Bella. Yes, and Baron know which direction we are moving in, and to follow.
Well, I forget. Varen, you're also connected to it, right?
Yep.
Okay, so since we both got the same message, Cornelius will put a hand on the wall and start heading down that way. And he's not going to pull out his sword, though. He's just using the wall as a guide.
So you're just walking.
I'm trying to be as stealthy as I can.
Cool. So you're rolling stealth. You'll be at disadvantage.
Yeah. Wait, didn't Heavy Armor Master do something?
No.
No, it does not. Which one was that? I can't remember.
Medium armor master.
Come
Maybe.
on.
Might be.
Oh wait, I
better.
have hero points. I'm gonna use a hero point to make this normal.
You still have minuses though. All right, you got the negatives. Cool.
Yay!
As they start to move forward, the ground's not the most even, as there's some rubble across the ground, and your foot hits it, and you stumble, making all kinds of clacking racket as your armor moves, as you have to move quickly to stop yourself from falling over. Everybody hears this. As Bella and Ciel, y'all see the figure up ahead stop and turn to look back.
You'll Ciel just hear in their head, "Sorry."
Ella doesn't say anything, but she is clenching her teeth and she's just ready in the assumption that a fight's going to happen, but she's not going to go try and hide or anything. She's going to stay there.
Yeah, CL is just gonna be like, well, it knows we're here now.
You saying that out loud or in your voicey thingy?
No, in the
Okay.
walkie-talkies. And then also I'm gonna draw the crossbow.
Okay. Are you cocking it or are you just drawing? Like, are you loading an arrow?
No, I'm just drawing it.
Okay. Cornelius and Varen, what are you two doing in the back? Because Varen, you saw the figure, the dark silhouette that is Cornelius stumble, and you hear the racket right next to you.
Oh, shit, Cornelius. She's going to help as much as she can so he doesn't actually fall into the water.
Nah, he managed to catch himself.
And Cornelius will whisper, "I'm sorry. It's very dark. I didn't see that rock."
You should have stepped forward. I offered to help you.
Bella, CL, both of you can hear the S's from those two echoing down the hall towards you.
Ella's assuming that the thing knows as well as they do. If she's hearing it, that it's hearing it. And she just kind of getting ready for a fight, but she'd rather it focus on her first, so she'll walk forward a few feet. Just
Are
because
you
it's,
breaking
you know
stealth?
what I mean? It's gonna come back at this point.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
already
fuck it.
walking
Bella's
that
gonna
way.
break. Yeah, she's gonna tell Ciel, in her head, Ciel, stay hidden and tell the others that we're found out, and then yeah, she's gonna break stealth and walk forward.
Do note the moment
Kind of
Ciel's in that light, they're gonna see him. There's nothing really to hide behind unless he darts down another
but
tunnel.
that's kind of her hope, like to say like, hey, like try and stay hidden and let the others know that we've basically been found out. And then yeah, she's gonna kind of go forward to see if she can at least maybe buy time or something until the others get closer or whatever's happening, since we can hear them talking. So it's already heading this way.
Clunk, clunk, clunk. Do you say anything as you approach?
I think she just kind of like go towards the light a little bit and like not hide herself by any means. She's relatively noticeable, I think. So just see if it says anything.
It walks up. What are you doing down here?
Right, following you, I'm a bit lost in these tunnels, and you seem to have a pretty fancy light that gets you around.
Oh, yeah, you do. Well, it helps to stay away from the enchantments. How'd you end up in the sewers? As you see, they clunk their way up to you. As now they are within about 10 feet of you, you see a man in with this long gray hair and beard, wrinkled features, and really ratty clothes, strong boots, slacks, a sash, and an ancient ripped up dark coat. You can see his forearms are covered in pulsing blue tattoos.
All right. She's just gonna think to Ciel, well, he's not killing me, so might be friendly. Let the others know, please. And then she'll say to the guy, right, so I came down here with my friends who you hear making the noise. That's the loud one. He's a noble, so he's a bit obnoxious, just to warn you in advance before you meet
Okay,
him.
nobles, come
Um,
on. As he's gonna start clunking past you.
Wait, he's a nice one. Will you let me just finish telling you what I'm telling you? He's not a noble from exactly here. He's from a little bit of a different area.
Doesn't
He's not a
matter, they
bad guy.
hunt nobles, come on.
Uh,
If he's gonna
okay.
be loud, we need
Then
to be
Bella.
prepared. Come on.
Okay, I'm coming as fast as I can. Bella's gonna keep up with them and just kind of keep explaining, like, right, the mist came out of the air last night. Some bad stuff happened. We were informed by someone that it's going on from below the city, so we came to investigate and try and help in any way we could.
Oh, somebody
Basically
fucking
give that quick
noticed
of
for
a
once.
rundown.
You'd think those blind bats would still be blind. You! I see you hiding in
I
the shadows, come on! As he points at Ciel.
Ciel, might as well come on out. I told him we're down here together, and she's gonna speak loudly so Varen and everyone can hear.
He immediately puts out a hand. Shh, shh. Puts a finger
Can
to
I
his
talk
lips.
as loud as Can I talk as loud as you're talking? There's no way they can't hear you. If we could hear them whispering, they should be able to hear us, right?
He holds up the tattoos and then pulls aside his beard and the top of his ratty shirt to show a number of tattoos up his neck. Hopes to hide me. Won't hear me, might hear you. Come on.
1 second. Then, and she's going to think to Ciel, Ciel, will you please let Cornelius and Varen and everyone know that we're on our way? He's a good person. He said they hunt nobles, so he's coming to help protect Cornelius and like to see if Ciel can just pass that walkie-talkie so Cornelius doesn't try and slice at this man blindly with the sword.
Yes, I will. I'll let Varen and Cornelius know. I think this person might be able to guide us. So he's a friendly, and I'm sure Cornelius, you can pull out your sword now and find your way.
Oh, excellent. And Cornelius will take out his sword.
If you stick me with that, I'll stick this staff up your ass, boy.
Come now, come now. I would not do
Shush!
that.
He grabs you by the front of the armor and pulls you down. You need to keep your mouth shut if you want to survive, boy.
Hmm. Sir, well, survive what exactly?
The things down here that you see stops and turns to look. They've heard you. Follow me. He turns around and starts shuffling off. He's going at a decent clip. He's still slower than any of y'all, so even in the dark, it's not hard to follow him.
I'll follow.
Mhm.
Bella's grabbing the dog and she's following. So the dog will go back on the back.
No speaking. I might hear you. Try to be quiet as you can. Don't want to attract any more of those fuckers. They're already moving about. It's not long as he moves you into winding things, holding a hand out before he peeks around corners. Once or twice, he turns around and leads you back down, taking another path. Takes you all about half an hour moving around like this before he suddenly touches a wall. It splits open and he waves y'all inside.
Carlo going.
Yeah, same.
Williams will go into.
Baron will cover their ear, just make sure no one's left out.
You get grabbed by the scruff and thrown inside by this old man.
Well, I was not assuming he was going to be last, but I'm making sure.
Ah, okay, cool. Yeah, he gets everybody in and then waves you in as well. He's not messing around. Before he shuffles everyone in, you'll hear the space close again, the walls sealing back up. And you can hear him moving around, the lights not working as well, before he starts lighting little candles with a strange blue light, before lighting an actual fire pit, that same blue fire that lights the room significantly better. Well, it should be better. Well, we can't get in here as far as I've seen.
And we talk now.
Hey, should be fine. Walls are about 4 meters thick. Shouldn't be able to be heard through them. Unless you're obnoxiously loud. He looks at Cornelius.
Just looks over Cornelius.
Why does everyone think I'm obnoxiously loud?
It's written on your forehead, boy.
Right,
Well, that is very rude. But you're helping us, so I will overlook it.
right. Well, my name is Bella, and these are my friends. We, long story short, my friend CL over here, she'll point at CL, been in the city, and we saw someone have weird red eyes talking backwards, and it was like spreading to people. So we ran him up to medical, which they then thought that maybe we had been infected. They'd mentioned an outbreak, and after they deemed us cleared to go, we did a bit of investigation in the area with the library and stuff. And one of the lords was the one who was infected, and he spoke randomly about everything being under the city and horrible things happening here. And then last night there was a red mist. Some people did not survive the night, and we thought that the best option was to come down here and see what we could do to prevent that from happening again, and also possibly save Cornelius's. Well, they should be his friends, but he thinks he's too good for them, so he like calls them his workers or something like that.
Retinue, and I do consider them friends. I don't know where you're getting this information from.
I think calling someone a retinue and not your friend is where I get the information from. But then again, why would nobles think someone who isn't a noble is good enough to be their friend, right? And then she'll just look back at the guy who let us in.
Yeah.
I see your confusion now. A retinue is literally means a group of trusted individuals.
I don't think anybody cares, boy.
Well, I just don't want. I don't wish to have my good name disparaged like this.
I think you do that good enough on your own. But you said you were down here looking for something. I ain't never heard of a mist, but it's good if people are actually fucking noticing things are going on. I know bullshit's been going on the last 40 years and everybody's had their heads up their goddamn asses.
I mean, people in the city are going missing even in the daytime, right? They go down in here, they go missing in into the sewers, and there's something to do with red stuff coming off of things, and for some reason, the majority of the city disappears at night when that stuff comes out, and then in the morning, it's like nothing happened.
Oi, it's what did that science boy say it was? An ingrained instinct for those above. They can't see it, but they know it's there. Oh, I can't see it either, but that doesn't mean I don't know it. Damn thing's always moving.
You said science boy. What did he look like? The science boy you're talking about?
Black hair, young dude. It's been about 20 years since I've seen him, though. It's hard to remember now. Oh, I think he ended up getting gutted. Or hung. Don't remember now. They tried to make a difference,
Yeah.
but, well, people don't like it when you interrupt their good life.
This place
that
has
stuff
capital
to do with-
punishment.
Capital punishment?
Right.
No. Oh, he just got along. He ended up getting on the wrong side of the wrong people. Disappeared quietly.
And just to be sure, like above table, he isn't describing what like Lord Vale looked like, right?
No, and Lord Vale wasn't 20 years ago.
You know, this place has been weird. Okay, that was why I wanted to
That's
double
fair.
check. Not anything has made sense here, right? So there are eyes in the night. So, okay. Does this have anything to do with those spire things that everyone's so obsessed with that they claim they need like 72 stories of offices?
Boy, it depends
For?
on what you're referring to. I know about the spoilers, but involved in what?
All this stuff you're talking about, the weird stuff that happens here, the people getting got, people being in the sewers with things chasing them, people disappearing, mist coming out at night and making bad things happen, that whole thing.
Yeah, yes and no. The spoilers themselves aren't involved per se, but the area underneath the Undercroft, well, that's where they set up shop. I don't think anybody up in the spires even knows this part's down here anymore.
Could you, just for the sake of someone who doesn't know what you're talking about, that would be me, by the way, could you tell me what the Undercroft is, what is it, and who is setting up down there, what they set up?
The Touched. They've moved in, effectively. I think about 100 years ago, from what I've heard. He moved in the remains of the old castle. Back from way, way back. Before the spires were built. There's the Undercroft. The remnants of what came before.
What is the Touched mean?
Those people who keep disappearing, they come down here. As soon as they
The
can't
people with the
handle
red
being
eyes?
above, well, they've got more than red eyes. But yes, red eyes are often an early sign.
Have you
And
seen
I'm
any?
guessing.
I heard two voices.
Sorry.
Go, Cornelius, go.
Have you seen any people recently come down here?
Not particularly. There was a couple days ago, but I didn't want to get involved with them. Seemed angry.
When you get touched, right, do you get like drawn to be down there in the place you're talking about? Is it something that you just need to do?
If the touch takes place and you can't hold upstairs, well, eventually you'll seek out the dark. And once you're down here, you'll seek out the croft.
You know,
It's like something's pulling you towards it. At least as far as I've been able to see.
do people who get touched become violent in any way?
Very, very, very violent. Very territorial as well.
All right. And would you be able to tell if someone was suffering from these afflictions you're talking about?
Oh, yeah, easy enough to see. Red veins, red eyes, and once it gets too full, well, the chest starts to glow.
Right. Ella's just gonna kind of glance over at Xanth. Take a look at Xanth.
You do see from time to time her veins have a spark of red in them.
And then she wants to look at Father Dalton.
Also has the same thing, but less.
And she's gonna
You'll
look
see
over
it
back to the guy
mostly
they're
in his
talking.
eyes.
Okay. Is there anything you can do to like prevent that from happening, from getting yourself to where you kind of seek out the place you're talking about?
By not getting involved in what's going on. Staying away from the tunnels. I think it's time, mostly, if you can stay topside long enough without getting touched again, having the infection worsened. Usually you will always be able to recover, but you'll always be weaker to that second touch.
And how long do you need to recover?
Well, usually after about a month you start being normal again. At least in more severe
Right.
cases. But it doesn't
Okay.
matter if you get touched again. Brings it all right back.
Right. So then, next thought, and I don't know, I'm just going to assume that we should trust you because you seem like you're all right. If I knew someone who had recently been touched, and that, by the way, is just a weird
You
way to
talking
say
about
this.
those
I
two?
just want you to know it. Yeah, I figured you already knew. I don't think that they're just going to say, "Oh, going to go back up to the surface and wait for a month." And that's not because they're drawn here. Neither of them even suggested coming down here. That was us. Is there anything you could do or offer with all your like blue tattoo things you've got and everything that might be able to help them a bit while they're down here?
Fuck, I wish. I lost my arcanist a while back. I'm the last one down here now. No one left but from the spiral but me.
You know,
Okay,
okay.
no, go ahead.
It occurs to me we never actually got your name. Apologies for that.
Goro. Goro Blackstone.
A pleasure. Cornelius Cornwood.
The fuck's a cornwood?
A noble family back where I'm from.
Fucking weird name. Who makes corn into wood?
Well, frankly, we own a variety of whiskey distilleries, and corn was the main ingredient.
Whiskey's always good shit then. Yeah, ain't that bad even if you do have a stick up your ass a mile long. As you get handed a filthy mug.
I look at it and I look inside of it.
It's empty. And he pulls out a bottle and pours you some rum.
I take a whiff of it.
Smells like rum.
I've drunk
Drink
from
the
worse.
drink.
And 20 days takes a deep drink from it.
It's not the best thing, but it's rum.
Ah, that warms the blood. Thank you.
He nods. So what you come down here for anyway?
Well, hopefully to figure out what's going on and then get out of here. That's kind of the thing. We're looking for some folks as well.
If the folks are down here, I'd leave them. Once they come
Yeah,
down here, they're
it's-
not salvageable. Their minds are gone.
Yeah,
That is
right. Maybe
unfortunately okay.
I was just gonna say right, maybe, but even though Cornelius doesn't understand how to use the word friend when he should be, they're his not friends but friends are some people we're looking for, and a couple of our somewhat traveling companions as well.
Well, my advice to
We gotta
you would be
try.
leave them. They're down here.
That is not happening.
Yeah, no, not gonna though. You know,
And
just yeah.
what would you say if we want to stop this from happening more?
I'd say run. Ain't nothing gonna stop it.
And if we're adamant on the point?
Well, it's your fucking funeral.
Those tattoos of yours, good man. You wouldn't happen to know how to give them to other people, would you?
You don't listen, you just talk, don't you, fucker? I just said I lost my arcanist.
Ah, so that's the person who would be able to do that.
Eh,
How did you lose them?
they got touched. Overrun him, ripped off his skin, took his marks with him. It was not a good thing to watch.
Apologies. I'm sure that was hard.
Oh, it's not the half of it. You ever seen a friend of yours skin himself alive?
No, I can't say I've ever seen something like that.
Then I fucking hope you never do.
Right. So I'll be honest with you. I don't think that you're gonna deter us from trying to continue on, but it would be really nice if you could offer us some form of help, whether it's something like your lantern where we don't get lost, or a way to get through, because we we have to at least try, right? We don't have any choice. We're stuck here up above. We can see what goes on at night, and if we just stay up there and let it happen, we're all going to end up down here anyways. Is the simplest way to put it, right? If you want to take away any of the morality from it all, or the caring about people, or wanting to do better, any of those things, the option to run is pretty well removed, because it's going to happen, right? It already happened to the two with us. We don't want it getting worse, so we would rather go try and fight it off, even if that involves blowing the whole fucking thing up. If that's what needs to be done, I don't know, but you seem pretty smart and well to do enough down here for a person who wanders sewers in the dark with a blue lantern by themselves. I know you've had friends, it sounds like, in the past, so they're worth going after. And my hope would be maybe you could give us some form of help so we could do our best. And worst case scenario, right? We all die trying, but the other option is we stay up there and every night we watch all this happen as the eyes look through that scary mist and try and fry our brains or do this to us. So it's one or the other, no matter how you break this cracker, it's still going to crumble the same way, that we're going to end up down here. And I think all of us, I could be wrong, so I don't want to speak for everyone, but I think all of us would rather try and do something than do nothing and just wait until we end up being one of the people anyways.
There's always ways to avoid it. Put up the right marks on the wall, keep your barriers up. You can avoid it for a long time. But I get
All
you.
right.
The spiral used to be the
was gonna
ones
say,
trying
but-
to stop things. There were 2,000 of us once. Well, I'm the only one here now.
It's got to be hard to have lost all those people.
But I'd be even more worried with those fuckers that came down a couple days back. They went towards the Royal Library. Didn't like the looks
They
of them.
wearing red robes.
They were.
Did one of them like have red skin, bunch of chains on it, kind of looked like an asshole? One was an older guy, looked a bit like, I don't know, you might call him a wizard or something if you've read books
Didn't get close.
about wizards.
Saw him moving in mace and backed off. Oh, I know better to get involved when
Yeah.
I'm that outnumbered.
But you did see red cloaks, yes?
Yeah, that's how I knew to stay the fuck out the way.
Did it sound like anyone was with him who was kind of not there by choice, like maybe fighting it off a bit?
No, not that I had.
All right. Well, we're pretty sure those are the people who took he whatever he calls them. They're not friends, I guess, but the group of people who have a common goal that we would be too good to call friends.
Slaves.
Cornelius's people were uh,
Bella,
no.
you can just call them my
Small-
friends, okay? They are indeed. If you want to be very simple about it, yes, they are my friends.
Was that so fucking hard to say this whole time? You could have just said, I'd like to get my friends back, and instead you're spewing out big words that make you sound like an asshole.
There's such a thing as education, you know, and since I have one, I choose to use it.
Bella's gonna punch Cornelius in the face.
I will attempt to dodge that. You all roll
Need an attack roll?
So Bella's just gonna one arm out, just boom a circle. Just an attack, like just an unarmed strike
Yeah,
work.
unarmed strike, yeah.
God
Yeah,
damn, how
you're
high is your
getting him full in the face.
She's not trying to like kill
19
him
hit.
or do real damage. She just
No, it's not
wants to
lethal, just
punch
deck
him,
in the
you know.
face. Cornelius,
Yeah.
you need a con check?
con sick 14.
You hear a bit of a snap. His blood starts pissing out of Cornelius's nose.
I will admit that was less than. And Cornelius just like snorts out the blood like from one nose and the other, and cracks his nose back in place with a couple of points of lay on hands.
That's not going to help a broken bone.
No, I thought that would help. Well, he's just gonna set it then.
Yeah, you can set it. It's just
I'm-
you need very powerful magic to help with broken bones.
I've had my nose broken a few times, but at this point, it's old hand at this point. But he kind of like snorts out the blood. I will admit that was a bit rude of me. I apologize. But I am quite tired of you saying that they're not my friends. I was getting aggravated. But I do apologize, Bella.
Bella's just gonna ignore him, not even acknowledge that she just broke his nose, and just be like, right, so we need to follow the people there, because those are the people who took the ones that we're trying to find. And again, I think we're all quite aware of the risk that we're taking, but I don't believe in like fate or any of that crazy stuff, that things happen for a reason. However, we are here and we were brought here and we don't have any choice because we were just kind of pulled into all of this. I mean, we have the choice to try and sit up there and ward ourselves against it and live till we're old and die, but I don't think anyone in this group is looking to do that. So it'd be nice if you could give us advice, help us. I don't know if we need to, I don't know how long we've been down here really, what time it is, if we're supposed to take it like sleep for the night. I don't know if it's day, it's dark in here, but it would be nice if we could do what we can while we're here as best we can. And if anyone disagrees, please feel free. I understand.
Waits to see if anybody else says anything.
I'm gonna agree with Bella.
Yeah.
Well, I've heard from the big bitch and the loud mouth. What about the other two of you? You might agree, but you're going on what might be a death sentence. You willing to throw away your lives like that?
It's either
Got
that
nothing
or
to
be
go.
trapped in a
ahead.
city where we don't belong.
Yeah, my point. Exactly. We got nothing to go back to.
You can always make something. Life always finds a way. Unless it's down fucking there.
Not here. Not the place to make a new life, at least not for me.
Do you mean a life like the one you're living?
I'm keeping people alive. Making sure things don't get too far. Making sure the wards on the sewers stay up. I'm the last one that can. You're young. You can settle in. Get used to everything. Find a new life.
Yeah, just say no to that. Even though I don't know if I'm ever going to get back to where I'm from, I'd like to believe that maybe I could, because I do have someone waiting for me there who's pretty important in my life, and I'd like to get back to him if I can. And I think all of us would like to have the idea that we could get back somewhere. And I've never been one to just sit around and say, I'm going to just go make a cozy place and just act like nothing horrible's happening when it is. Um, and the people up there, like, they don't know how to defend themselves against anything. And I think it's really good that you are giving up so much to stay down here and keep people as safe as they can be. But that stuff comes out and it gets people. And I think eventually it's just going to get everyone. And if it was the group that we've run into that made it down there, they're going to make it a whole lot worse. Like, really bad. They kill people to make this stuff stronger, happily. That's what they do. They try and use it to their advantage and make themselves stronger and do horrible things with it. So they at least have to be stopped. Or else I don't know if your wards are going to keep holding, or it might just open up and unleash this everywhere.
He remains quiet for a moment, watching the flames flicker in front of him as you talk. It's at this point you see just how old this wrinkled man was. When he was first moving around, he's not as spry as y'all, but he was moving decently well. Now that you're getting a good look at him, you see those wrinkles are deep. This man's probably in his 70s at least. Does anyone else say anything?
I will say, I finally managed to get my nose to stop bleeding. I don't think I could stay here in this world. The very concept of war is foreign to them, and quite frankly, that just weirds me out. Actually, speaking of, why don't you seem to have any issue with violence?
I live in the sewers.
Huh. So it's environmental, not just some weird spell that they're all under. Good, good.
They're not defenseless up there.
Well, no, I figured as much. The guards do carry around spears and daggers. I'm assuming they at least know how to use them.
Aye. They're damn good with a dagger. Most are, anyway.
Still, something that has been brought up a couple of times now. I just want to know: do people around here have the ability to read people's minds? I look
No.
over at Bella. Is it just like maybe like a one-off thing with some people?
Not that I know of. I can't read people's minds.
I look over at Bella.
There was There was a girl. She said that she could read the father's mind. It seemed like she knew about him. It was one girl, and then the one guy could talk to the dog. I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
understand the dog. I'm assuming some
Everybody can
people
talk
do.
to animals. Can you not?
No.
Sadly, no. I wish I could. I don't even know her name. She's a very good girl. She is very creative. She gave Xanth some cotton candy earlier when she was having a more rough time, and she randomly has lots of good seasonings for food. I think she'd be an amazing chef if she wanted.
You see, he turns down. Yeah, all right, little one. The dog boofs. Uh huh. They boof again. And there's some other noises. Huh. Interesting. You lot do get into trouble, it seems.
Okay, so everyone here can talk to animals, fine. But what about that thing you mentioned with Father Dalton? Wait, what exactly did the little girl say Father Dalton said was thinking?
Oh God, above table. I can't remember exactly what the little girl said.
She just said
Something
he was a
about
con
like she
man.
knew he was a. Yeah, I thought she said she knew he was thinking about something too.
Yeah,
I
just
feel like
said
I
something about
remember.
him being a con man, I think.
Yeah, that's what I figured. So Cornelius will respond to that. Well, damn, that's just written on his face. Are you sure the girl just wasn't very savvy?
Right. I don't know. I didn't really talk to her. She wanted to pet the dog, and maybe the dog told her something if everybody can speak with her. I didn't really ask. She just seemed to Father Dalton thought that she was able to read his mind. He was the one who mentioned that she thought that she knew what he was thinking. I don't know. I don't know anything about magic or how brains work like that. I know how to punch things, and I'm pretty good at it. Look at your nose.
Cornelius finishes off the rum. Well, it's good to know people can't read minds. That would be very concerning.
You, Bella, was it?
Yes, yes,
This
sir.
one
That's my name.
says they don't have a name for this world yet. They'd like one.
Right. I
We're
I
not
feel
rushing you,
weird giving.
but something
Yeah.
to think on.
Do they care who gives them a name?
Not particularly, I don't think. I just said their name doesn't fit this world, whatever world they're referring to, and they need a new one.
Are they male or female? I haven't had a chance to
She
check.
is a female. I keep telling you, she's a girl. Have you not gone out with her while she's had to use the restroom?
No, you've been with them the entire time.
I have not been with her the entire time. She's quite capable on her own, but I mean, she has laid on her back right next to you. I'm not saying you need to look at everything, but it's a bit obvious, like that there's not parts in between her legs that male dogs have.
Well, I thought maybe they could have just been fixed. I don't know. I don't know the dog
Do you
anatomy that
think
well.
when the dog is fixed that they take off his penis? Is that how you think that they do surgeries on dogs? Where are you fucking from? What do you know will do to your animals?
I bet he knows if his horse is male or female.
Everyone knows that. Everyone can tell that. But if we're thinking about
And
a name for a female
no
dog,
one can tell anything on your horse. Your horse is 2 fucking inches tall. First of all, right? He's a little guy that you don't even know that he's not trying to look to go screw around. He just wants to do his job. So I don't know how much you really know about things. Um, I'm just saying, I mean, at least I can't believe you don't know that she's a girl. That's just insane to me. This whole time.
I never looked.
Well, maybe you need to just give her a little respect and like maybe if she needs to go out to the bathroom, just kind of watch her back. She appreciates it if people watch her back when she used the restroom. She hasn't been able to open the doors to the bathroom that I've seen yet. And I
I
can't
mean,
ask you if she can.
She climbed a ladder by herself. I'm pretty sure doors are no obstacle.
To be fair, she rode Bella's back down the ladder.
Yeah.
She can somehow, I don't know if they made it or went out and got it, but she can somehow give people cotton candy, seasonings, all kinds of stuff. I don't think doors are an issue. But I would be
Well,
happy to walk her. You just are usually carrying her around.
I mean, she walks by herself. You just, when she wants to go, she kind of lets you know, right? Like when we got back, she came, oh, you weren't with us. When we got back, you were with Xanth. Yeah, she came just flying out when she was ready. She just like knocked all the doors open and came just kind of zooming out of the place because she was ready to go. But I don't think she opened them. I feel like we are way off topic right now, by the way.
Yeah, we were
If you
discussing
could,
maintenance.
if you could let her know, I don't know if I think she understands this. We can think on something and give her some options, and then she can pick whichever one she likes best. If that works.
How about Calliope?
Weren't y'all looking for your friends?
Oh.
Yeah, that's why I said we can let her know that we'll think on some stuff and maybe give her some options, and then she can pick. I think we need to think of stopping the ones who came down here that I was telling you about. They are very bad people. And we do have Cornelius's friends, and we also have our traveling companions who might have gotten caught in the red mist, and the hope is that they're still alive. They probably wouldn't be that excited to see me right now, but would still like to get them back.
Did this guy tell us his name?
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm sorry, I missed
Squirrel
it. What was it?
Blackstone.
Goro, would you be able to find your way around down here?
I could.
Because we noticed that the pathways shifted.
They're supposed to do that. They keep the touch down here.
I see, so that they can't get out.
Aye.
But you can get out if
Are
you
they
want.
your, are they your pathways? Is that what you do? Like you make them to keep, is that how you have your blue light and stuff, and you keep those, you call them wards? Is it you who does them to make the wall shift?
Nay, they're old, ancient. Long before, perhaps when the Undercroft was made, but I keep them working. Make sure they don't fall. It was part of the spiral's job. But, as I said, it's calling just to me now.
Would you possibly guide us to where those red-robed individuals are currently stationed?
Don't know if they're there anymore, but I can show you where they entered.
That
Into
would
the
be
touch
very appreciated.
territory. We can't go
That's-
far enough. I've been touched too many times. If I get too close, I'll be the last time.
Out of curiosity, you're the last one of your order, and so I think you know as well as I do that when you die, there won't be anybody to maintain all the stuff down here. Do you have any idea with your time with your group? Did y'all get close to figuring out how to stop it? The stuff down here. Did you get close at all? Something you might be able to give us advice on, and we can do our damnedest, because what I'm thinking, right, is we try and say we all die. That happens, people die. Then it's just you again, and eventually, I don't mean to sound rude, but you're not as young as you used to be. Eventually, you'll die, maybe just of old age, hopefully, and have served a very good purpose in your life, something to be proud of doing, honorable. But when you're gone, no one's going to be keeping up the wards, and so it's going to get out, right? So if we can try to stop it, if you can get us as close and maybe give us an idea of what we need to do or how we need to do it, we can do our best. And I mean, you'll know, right? If we get through to it or not. I think you'll probably be pretty aware.
Well, fortunately, we never did. Only thing I know is the touch. There's something wrong with their hearts. There was a story that a spiral once killed one. Ran it through with something. I forget the story now, but they say it killed it. But it killed him too. So I couldn't tell you much more than that. I wasn't one of the ones that went forward. I was still pretty new when it all went down. So unfortunately, I will be the last.
Maybe we'll luck out and be able to put a stop to it. And I had a above table question that I was thinking on with, I can't remember if we discussed it, with Xanth and Father Dalton and Lord Vale and everything, this kind of red stuff going on. Did anyone ever let us know, or did we ever figure out if this was like rift stuff happening to them?
You're not sure?
We've been
We didn't look
suspecting,
into it or
but we didn't
anything,
get
or-
any confirmation.
Okay. And we didn't know if there was a way to look into it. Is that what it was?
Yeah, because it was Saelwyn. Y'all would have needed to ask Saelwyn or Juni. But things happened. Y'all never got the chance to ask them.
Things happen. I appreciate you saying it that way. Nice. All right. Oh, yeah, I guess if we can get close, I'm guessing if we didn't find Saelwyn and Juni, they're probably down here somewhere, hopefully being okay. And hopefully we get them and Cornelius's friends, and we can maybe, with their knowledge, figure out how to stop all this because we still don't know anything about all the rift stuff.
Are you sure? Chances are there's no turning back if you go in there.
I think we kind of figured that just coming down here. I don't think we even knew we'd make it this far, to be honest with you. But I'm a yes. I can't speak for the others, though, and I won't. That includes the dog. She gets her say too, please,
They
if you
both-
could ask her.
They put their hand in the middle.
Hello,
their hand,
put
their
her
paw.
hand on top of the dog's hand. Yeah, she'll do it. She'll.
Well, I'm in for this as well. We'll join in the huddle.
Yes.
All right, Cornelius, get your hand in here. You know you're into this. Let's get it done.
Yes, yes.
The dog puts their other paw on top, then flings it in the air and ends up falling over backwards.
I was gonna rub her belly. You good cheerleader. I like that.
Maybe Cassia would be a good name for the dog.
And there's no
What is it?
time to waste. Come on. As he touches the wall again, the blue flames all go out all at once, save for the single lantern held on his staff. And he makes his way out, followed, I imagine, by the party. But as y'all follow him into the sewers towards the Undercroft, that, for tonight, is where we're going to be ending it. Good job, you guys. That was a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to seeing what y'all do next week. For everybody listening in, we thank you for joining us, and we will see y'all next week as well. Peace.
Next time!